how to use trademark terms when they're popular in your Etsy listings. Okay, so in my Steal These Etsy Keywords video from the other week, if you haven't watched it, check it out. I got a really great question and I was going to answer it there, but instead of writing an absolute essay, I thought better to share it here so we can all hopefully learn. And it's not just my opinions here. Check out the comments. I'm sure some people will be telling me where I went wrong or what they do with these kind of things. But Loveliness White said to me, "Hello, Pam. Hi. While you were going over the popular keywords, I followed you on Etsy. Awesome. There was a pop-up that says, beware of trademark terms. This tool shows you the most popular tags and keywords. This tool shows the most popular tags and keywords that may contain terms that are trademarked." I assume you were following me along on eRank. I haven't seen that pop up on Etsy. That would be cool. How does a person use these keywords then? Or do you just change up the keywords? And if you do, will people be looking for your change? I was told by my trainer that one has to input exactly what people are looking for. If I change them as you suggested, how would they find our designs? Does Etsy automatically include the changed keywords with the original search term? I'm trying my best not to use trademark terms. I await your response. Thank you. This session was awesome. This was great. Let's not put words in your mouth. Thank you very much. Right. There's a few things going on here. And it's a great question. So firstly, trademarked keywords, trademarks, things like Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift's coming up a whole lot. Disney, anything like this, you can't, in general, I'm not a legal person, but in general, you cannot use these keywords on Etsy. The reason for that is it's against the law. It's against Etsy's terms that you signed up for, but it's also against the law. It's a legal matter. Disney or Taylor Swift or whatever are protecting the brand that they've built up, and they don't want it spoiled by lots of people they don't know selling things that might not be at the quality that they sell them, that that they want people to think of as their items. So although I think Taylor Swift is doing a big tour just now, and people are, I'm sure it's Taylor Swift. Someone let me know if I'm wrong. But it's the Eras tour, and people are super dressing up for it. So people are looking for clothes. So they're searching Taylor Swift to get clothes and accessories and everything. But you can't say Taylor Swift dress. You can't, even, you're not selling something that belongs to Taylor Swift or whatever else. So possibly old enough that you could be selling vintage items that you'd bought at Taylor Swift things. I'm not sure. Can't remember the dates. I'm too old for this nonsense. But you're not selling any proper merch from the Taylor Swift current tour. That would be very, very bad. But you think, oh, well, I want to sell stuff for Taylor Swift fans to be able to see. They're searching for Taylor Swift. So if I put up Taylor Swift style dress, they'll be able to find me. Or if you do fan art, or if you can't sell music on Etsy, but imagine you could, if you made a song and it's in the Taylor Swift style, are these things okay? And in general, the answer is no. Now, trademark and copyright laws are really huge and complicated, but in the simplest of terms, if you didn't create it, or if you're trying to ride off of the back of somebody else's fame, for instance, Taylor Swift, you're trying to monetize her audience, so you can't use it. The only way, people talk about fair use and everything, the only way you could know if something was considered fair use is in a court of law. And I'm not taking any of these people to a court of law. So these terms that pop up, like Taylor Swift, like Disney, this tells us that actual buyers are searching for these terms, but we cannot use them. So how on earth do we use these things to get found? How do we use these trends to get found? Now, she says, I hope you're they say that that's better. There's a gender neutral term for that. They say, my trainer says to input exactly what people are looking for. So absolutely, if you wanted to get found for the people searching for Taylor Swift, you would have to have Taylor Swift in your title and tags. I mean, algorithms get more clever all the time, but you kind of have to have the exact phrase. So we can't use Taylor Swift. So we can't aim for getting seen in the search for Taylor Swift. But I'll say these top keywords, when I'm doing a high level monthly, what were the top trending terms? These keywords you probably can't rank for anyway. They are such highly competitive keywords that there's little to no chance of most of us being able to rank in search for them. And unless they're a brand new keyword that's come out of nowhere, like masks did at the start of the pandemic and absolutely blew up, unless it's something like that, but most of these, they just have way too much competition and they're also too broad a term. Even if we're saying Taylor Swift, even if you ranked for Taylor Swift, well, what on earth is it that people are really searching for when someone pops in that? Do they want a dress? Do they want some merch? Do they want some t-shirts? Do they want CDs? And then they said records. How old am I? Do they want CDs? You know, what is it they're looking for? So that's too broad a term. And to be perfectly honest, any of these high level things, like if you search on Etsy just now in a unlogged in browser or something else like that, so you just see the sort of not based on your personalizations to an extent. But if you search for something like wedding, you will see that the vast majority of listings that are ranking high are beautiful. This is because it's a very searched for phrase. So the really good listings are going to rank. And I'm afraid to say that probably most of us would like to think our listings are good, but we don't have the really good listings. So we're probably not going to rank for these massive terms. So how does me knowing that Taylor Swift, for an example, people are searching really hugely for that at this moment in time, how does that help me if we're not going to use that keyword? Well, it gives us an idea. Firstly, it gives us an idea. This kind of something to do with this is really popular. So there's a good chance of getting good sales if we can into this niche, but we have to niche down a bit. So what what is this? I might be wrong, right? So this is just an example because I don't know much about Taylor Swift, but her name's been coming up a whole lot. So we can't rank for Taylor Swift, but people are wanting stuff to dress up for her concerts. And it's a kind of Y2K type feel for a lot of the things. It might be 2010s, but I'm picking Y2K because I know that's also trending. So that's interesting. So I've got two things. I can use Y2K as a tag. Unlikely to rank for it again. It's a bit too broad, but it just puts something else into my mind. So there's an idea. And then you've got to think, what is it that I can actually make in my shop? If you make needle felted animals, there is literally no point me looking and going, I can make a Taylor Swift t-shirt. I'll do that right now. Like, please no, that doesn't fit in with my shop. That's an absolute waste of time. Etsy does tell us they look at your shop sort of, my words, not theirs, builds up authority on some of your keywords. So I'm likely to rank a bit higher for needle felted dog because Etsy understands that's what I sell. T-shirts, not so much. I don't sell t-shirts. I don't have an authority for t-shirts. So don't just jump about on trend, on trend, on trend, on trend. But if it fits in with your shop, if you're thinking you have some level of accessories you could make that fits in with this kind of style, awesome. Then you would look at the trending terms. I can't remember off the top of my head just now, but usually earrings trend on eRank pretty good. So you could say, these are not keywords, these are ideas for what I can make just now. So a Taylor Swift inspired Y2K type earrings. I don't know what that style was. I was not in the trendy scene, still not in the trend. Well, I think the trends have caught up with me more than I've become trendy. But so what does that look like? So you then look for keywords. What are people searching for in earrings, dangle earrings, dainty, drop? What type of gemstones? What type of look? And you look into getting all of the styles together to get a more niche thing. So yeah, the people who are searching for Taylor Swift are not going to see what you're making. There's nothing we can do about that. We can't use that keyword. But we know that they'll probably search for Taylor Swift and see dresses and earrings and bags and shoes and all sorts of things. So they might, they might maybe buy a dress from the front page or something. But then they would start looking, jewelry, what kind of jewelry? On your phone, even you can do an image search to say, hey, I like earrings a bit like that. Show me some more like that. So you're looking at styles that are kind of in the popular trend, and people who've searched for the Taylor Swift might narrow down and search for types of earrings that are of that feeling. So Y2K dangle earrings, light up millennial earring. I have no idea. I'm making up terms, but you get the kind of idea. And the other thing that is really kind of cool about the Etsy search, let's go a totally different way. So let's say you saw wall art was a huge keyword. You make wall art. So do you not want to be seen for when someone searches for wall art? Well, no, because you don't really know what people are looking for. But if you also, have that as a side tag, absolutely. But here is something that you could actually rank for wall art. The big tag that you see is Etsy adds personalizations to the searches. So this, imagine you'd seen somewhere that octopuses were trending really high. And you make nursery art. So you might think to yourself, well, my item is an octopus themed, an cartoon octopus nursery art wall art. That's not a keyword, that's a description, but you put that in your title and your tags, and then Etsy can go, yeah, I kind of understand what this is. Now, if octopuses are popular, if nursery art is popular and wall art is popular, now if you imagine someone's been searching for octopuses, their Etsy search history is full of octopuses, and then they go and they've searched a load of nursery stuff, not octopuses, just searched a load of nursery stuff, and this is what their search has been for a little while, and then they jump in and they search wall art. Etsy can personalize that to them and say, this is a person who likes nursery stuff and likes octopuses. Do I have any wall art that's octopuses? And so it combines everything together. So you might not be ranking very well for wall art, but you're shown for that one person. And if you're combining a couple of these trends together, so if octopus was a big trend and wall art was a big trend, then it's likely that a lot of people are searching for this, a lot of people are searching for this. And if you think this is like one of these pie charts with the circles and things, what Etsy is going to do is there will be a crossover where there's some people who are searching for the both things, and the people that are searching for the both things, Etsy will show you for. So there is, don't rule out these mega broad searches, but don't have them as your main strategy. You don't want your listing to just say title wall art, tags wall art. You want to use this and think wall arts are doing well, octopuses are doing well, nursery art is doing well. Let's put it all together into a listing. And that way you could show up. But yeah, so the question, does Etsy automatically include the changed keywords with the original search term? Etsy doesn't know that your item is relevant for Taylor Swift if you don't have Taylor Swift anywhere in it. One day it might. it is working at getting smarter. So if a lot of people search for Taylor Swift and then search for Y2K and then search for similar things, one day it might understand. It doesn't just now. But if your item looked similar to something that someone's searching on images for, or if it has a similar style, when they pull up things and go, oh, I like earrings that are a bit like that, so dangle crystal earrings, you might show up for that. So I hope that kind of makes sense. So yeah, if it's trademarked, you can't use it. You've got to look at why people are searching for the trademarked thing. What styles do they like? What feel is it? What uses? Where are they going to wear these? I mean, gig clothing, festival clothing, stuff like that. Look at the reasons they're searching for Taylor Swift rather than trying to rank for Taylor Swift. I hope that I rambled a load there, but I do love questions from you guys. It's absolutely cool. So if you have questions, I will try and sometimes where, because you can see I couldn't have typed this in an answer, it goes on forever. I hope that kind of makes sense. If it doesn't, check in the comments and someone will have corrected me down there. Well, thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Oh, before I do, nearly forgot. Yeah, I'm nearing 20,000 subscribers. It's a vanity number, but it's a nice round number. I like round numbers. So if you enjoyed this kind of strange rambling, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Let's get to 20,000 subscribers.